Hello, this is Tim. This is book 2 for July 2020. And like I said, I wanted to deal with Freemasons because a lot of these societies, a lot of these things are going to have to reshift or transform into whatever the New World Order is. They may become more important, they may become less important, but I think we need to know about them. So let's get through it. When Sir Charles Warren was told about the writing on the wall, he ordered it to be washed off. Uh, He gave as his reason that he feared that if it were seen by passers-by, it might trigger off anti-Jewish riots in the East End. But Warren was criticized for erasing the writing because the handwriting might have revealed clues as to the murderer's identity, which would have enabled him to be caught. Knight in his book stated that the Jews is a phrase used by Freemasons to refer to Jubila or Jubilo or Jubilam, who figure in the story about the murder of Hiram Abiff at the time of the building of the Solomon Temple, or of Solomon's Temple. So Charles Warren, being a Freemason, realized that the inscription on the wall about Jews referred to Jubilo, or Jubilam, and that it meant that the Freemasons had committed the Jack the Ripper murders. This was why he ordered the writings to be washed off. Knight stated that the inscription about the Jews and the fact that Warren ordered it to be erased was kept secret for nearly 90 years until Knight discovered it in the secret files of Scotland Yard in the 1970s. He also stated that Warren never gave any explanation as to why he ordered the writing on the wall to be washed off. But Knight's assertion about this are untrue. The existence of the writing on the wall and the fact that Warren ordered it to be erased was not kept secret for 90 years, but was discussed in several books about Jack the Ripper in the 1930s, with the reason that Warren gave for erasing the writing, that he feared that it might cause anti-Jewish riots, was also discussed. But this did not prevent Knight from further developing his theory about the Freemasons and Jack the Ripper in his book, The Brotherhood, in 1984. He wrote that Warren impeded the Ripper investigation at every stage, and that this shows there was an official cover-up of immense proportions that confirms that Freemasonry really was the unseen power behind the throne and the government alike. Knight's story collapses at every stage. Jubila, Jubilo, and Jubilam are not referred to as the Jews by Freemasons. The existence of the writing on the wall and Warren's reason for erasing it were not kept secret for 90 years. Knight does not explain how the 5 murdered prostitutes found out about the Duke of Clarence's marriage, or why Gull should have thought that their action in revealing it should be punished, as if they had been Freemasons who had revealed Masonic secrets. Nor does he give any explanation as to why the murderers should have written the inscription about Jews on the wall, thus identifying the Freemasons. If Knight's theory were correct, as the murderers, when they presumably would have wished to keep this a deathly secret. Lord Salisbury, an easygoing statesman and a very devout member of the Church of England, is very unlikely to have participated in murder, even in order to hush up a scandal involving the royal family. Nor is there any reason to believe that Sir William Gull would have ordered Freemasons to murder anyone. As for Sir Charles Warren, this was not the only occasion on which he was criticized for an error of judgment in his action as chief of the Metropolitan Police. But all historians, not only Masonic historians, owe him a debt of gratitude for his part in founding the most learned historical society, the Freemasons' Arts Curator Coronatorum Lodge, and the journal in which they publish their most informative and balanced articles on Masonic history. let's stop there. Um, you never know with these things. Jack the Ripper was not caught, but like I said, the thing about the Jack the Ripper case, um, is prostitutes were able to be killed and nobody really cared enough to really find out who. And we need to reduce the amount of vulnerable people. Really, there should be no vulnerable people in our society in the 21st century. So we'll see. I mean, some people are kind of fighting for that today, but a lot of people are fighting to keep things status quo. It's a lot of people who would rather, have a position in hell than freedom in heaven. Now, of course, I'm speaking in that way, or have a position in a slave society, let's say it that way, than just be free and have a free society with no defined position. So, in other words, there's a lot of sick people in this society. I thank you for supporting me. Until next time, please take care of your mind, take care of your body, and be safe.